Hi, boys and girls. This is Grandma Sheila, and I have just one more Christmas story for you. You know, it's it's just the week between Christmas and New Year's. So I thought we could have our last Christmas story, and that Christmas story is called Feels Good in My Heart. Amanda, she came downstairs and she turned to her mother and she said, "Mom, where's that new book that you got in the mail?" And she started running her fingers across the bookshelf, looking to see the name of that book. It was a book of stories. Mom said, "Well, Beth had it." And Amanda turned around and she said, "Beth, where's Mom's book?" Beth came in and she said, "I don't have it anymore. Brian has it." And both girls turned around and yelled, "Brian, where's Mom's book?" Brian was the youngest of the family, the youngest of the four kids. He stuck Mom's book under his arm, and he thought, "I seldom have the ability to have anything over my sisters, and I'm in possession of that book." Well, he came in, and Amanda said, "Where's Mom's book? I want to read it before we have to go to bed." Brian said, "I have it, and I want to read every last word in it, every single story. And I have it right now, and I'm going to read it." And Amanda, she tried to reach out and snatch it from him, but he turned away. And he went over and he sat down on one of the chairs like he was going to read. Well, he was 9, and so it took him longer to read than it did the girls. And Amanda had to think of something. She wanted to read that new book that Mom had gotten. And her mind went, aha. She went over and she sat down on the couch and she sighed and she said, "Well, Brian, I guess you don't want me to read it to you, do you?" Well, before she even stopped talking, Brian came over and he cuddled up beside his sister. "I'm ready for you to read to me." Well, Beth sat down too because she really liked that book was full of stories. And both Beth and Amanda said, "Let's read that last story, the one about the Christmas gift exchange." So Amanda started reading. Well, over in the chair was their oldest brother. He thought he was too old to like stories, but he pretended that he wasn't listening, but he scooted his chair a little bit closer so he could hear better. And so Amanda started reading that book about the gift exchange. It was really about a game that you could play if you had a lot of people there for Christmas. And what would happen was that certain gifts, not your regular Christmas gifts, but there would be a pile of certain gifts, and each one of them had a tag on it as to who they were supposed to go to. And they would open that present that was for them. Well, then there was a short period of time where anybody in the group could come and snatch that present away from you. And it would be theirs, and you would have to take the present they had. Well, They thought it was such a fun sounding game that when they got done with the story, they went to their mom and they said, "Mom, can we play it? Can we play it for Christmas?" Well, then Big Brother, sitting over in the chair, who, well, generally his comments, he knew what he was talking about. He said, "It wouldn't work at our Christmas." And Beth said, "Why? There's enough of us." And he said, "No, you need a big group of people for it to be fun." All right. And then Amanda said, "Well, why can't we do it at Dad's parents, our grandparents, when all the uncles and aunts and cousins come? Let's see, there'd be 17 there. That's enough. We can do it there." Well, once again, Big Brother spoke up and he said, "It wouldn't work because there's those three little bitsy cousins. And if somebody snatched a present for them, they would cry. And if they cried, their mothers would come over and give us a bad time and say we were being mean to the babies. And it would turn into a big fiasco and it wouldn't be fun at all." And the girls went, "Yeah, you're right." But then he said, "Why don't we do it at Grandma's house?" Now, Grandma was Mom's mother, and that would have given them like 14 or 15 people. And the youngest child there was 9. And so they would just think it was a fun thing to do. And all of them agreed that that would be fun, except for Mom. There always has to be somebody, right? Well, Mom said, "The problem is that my sister plans very carefully for the presents that she buys for each of you guys and all the other cousins. And I don't think she'd take too kindly to the wonderful gift that she got specifically for you for somebody else to take it away." Oh, he sighed again. That was right, too. But then Adam, the oldest brother, he said, "Maybe there's another way." And Mom went, "You're right, there is another way. Let me go talk to Dad. He, maybe he and I can buy gifts. Maybe we can buy small little gifts. You could still have the game because Christmas was almost there. And you could still have the game, and I think you could have lots of fun, even if it was little things." So Mom, the next day, she went out to buy Christmas presents for the gift exchange, and she bought little fun things. And before they had to go to Grandma's for Christmas, she had a box full of gifts. Well, they went to Grandma's house. And when it came time to exchange their gifts, Mom got out all those little gifts, and they had put names on each one of them, and they were given out first. And so everybody opened them, and they liked their little gift that they had gotten. And then the kids got up, and they explained to all the other kids, the cousins, and everybody that was there, and to the adults, that this is what we were going to do. And they explained it. And everybody said, "That sounds like fun." Well, the first person in the circle got to start. And they looked around and they found what they wanted, and they ran over and they snatched it from the other person. And before long, everybody, the adults and the kids, were all laughing and going on. It was wonderful. It was the most fun game they'd ever had at a Christmas gathering. And they all agreed, "Mom, can we do it again next year?" And Mom said, "I think so." And Amanda said, we could start right away, or you could, Mom, so we wouldn't know what you got. You'd have a whole year to buy the gifts." And Mom said, that's a wonderful idea because I could get bigger and better gifts that were on sale and things. So it was agreed. Well, a year goes by quickly, and Mother had indeed gotten bigger and better gifts. And she had a huge box in the hall closet, all full of gifts that she'd wrapped up and had names on them. She'd even got a gift for the new baby that was born this last year. Well, they were all really excited about that, and it wasn't quite Christmas yet. And Mother came home from work one day, and she said to her 4 kids, she said, not too far from here, there's a family that I was told about at work. And the husband's out of work, and everything just looks bad for them. They don't have enough food. They have children, but there's no money for gifts. Before Mother could even make a suggestion of what they should do, Adam spoke up. Now, they lived on a farm. They had all the vegetables that Mom grew in the garden. They had the fruit that they grew in the orchard. They had turkeys that they killed for special occasions. And they had all these things. So at their house, they always had everything they needed. Plus, they got Christmas. And they were sitting there thinking, and they were at the table when Mom was telling them about this family. And Adam, he spoke up and he said, we just killed the turkeys this week. Could we take one of those turkeys to them? We don't need them all. And Mom said, that sounds like a fabulous idea. And then there was silence for a little while. And then Beth said, Mom, we have the Christmas exchange gifts. Could we give them to them for Christmas? And Mom was thinking, the other kids may not agree to this. But before she could even say what she was thinking, all 4 kids said, yeah, Mom, that's a great idea. We can always do the Christmas exchange game the following year. And these people can't wait another year. Mother was so excited. And then Beth said, Mom, can we wrap up everything and put name tags on them tonight after dinner? And Adam said, it would be twice as much fun if we could go after dark and we could sneak the stuff up on the porch and run away so nobody would see. Wouldn't that be fun, guys? And they all agreed. So that night they wrapped up the presents, and all of them and their mom went out to put all those gifts on the porch after dark. And then they rang the doorbell and they all ran away. And Mom was thinking to herself, I feel so good in my heart. And as they were walking home in the dark, Amanda said, it feels good in my heart what we did. This is the best feel-good Christmas we've ever had. Boys and girls, that is what Christmas is about. And it's always even more special when you give something from your heart, something that you really wanted. And you can remember that all year long. It doesn't have to be just at Christmas. Thank you, boys and girls, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.